Hello everybody, I am the Linkzilla, and welcome to the finale of Jak II. When we last left off, we had gotten the Rift Rider safely aboard the Lurker balloon, where they are now going to take it to the Metalhead Nest so that we can hopefully use the Rift Ring in order to get back to our time in Sandover Village, away from this awful place, and hopefully stop the Metalhead outbreak from beginning in the first place. But unfortunately, we have to get to the Metalhead Nest in order to use it. So we basically have to get ready for the final fight as we head into the Metalhead Nest. Now, the thing about it is, for years, ever since I have played this game, I have always dreamed of having the final 4th Dark Jak power before I go fight Metal Core. I know that it's possible to do it on hero mode, but I'm not doing it on hero mode right now. I think that it should be possible to do it in the main campaign, considering that the Oracle speaks to you as if the main campaign story of the game is still going on. So, it comes off as kind of frustrating for me at the idea that every single time I get to this point in the game, I don't have enough Metalhead Skull Gems in order to pay off that damn Oracle to get that final power-up. So, because I'm basically doing this playthrough for the channel, I've decided that I'm going to do something a little bit different this time. Because I have basically discovered that it's possible to enter into debug mode in Jak II on the PS2 version by entering in a secret code. So, I'm going to enter in the debug code, and I'm going to basically try and enter in all the codes that I need without getting killed. Yeah, that's just a regular dude, isn't it? Okay, I managed to get debug mode working. Okay, so, as you can see, using my second controller I can display the text. Now, which one of these codes am I looking for? Let's see. Aha! This one is the one I'm looking for. And it should be as easy as holding controller 2, L3, and X. Yep. That just gave me 1,000 Metalhead Skull Gems and 1,000 Precursor Orbs. So, basically once I have everything unlocked in the game, all the secrets will be available to me. So, hold on. Let's just see what we can see here. Unbelievable. I still haven't unlocked this. Anyway, all these will definitely be unlocked once we complete the campaign and beat Metal Core. But there's something that we have to take care of first. So, let's commandeer the vehicle and get up to the water slums. I don't like that it's not appearing on the map, though. Ah, there it is. You guys see it? The Oracle's finally popped up. There's nothing more satisfying than mowing down metalheads in a zoomer. It's just that I'm not gonna lie, the final Dark Jak power isn't really all that useful. It is fun to use, but it's largely an aesthetic kind of thing. It is useful for getting around very quickly. Like, using the final Dark Jak power, I will literally be moving faster than this zoomer. But that's probably because I'm just bouncing on literally every piece of random terrain that I'm bumping into. But the point that I'm getting at is that I honestly think that this final Dark Jak power was originally scripted to be essential for beating the final boss, because it ultimately does seem like Dark Jak, narratively, was supposed to be the key to fighting Metal Core, the key to defeating him. It's what gives Jak the edge to beat him, and yet when we actually get to the final battle itself, you guys are going to be really disappointed by what happens. But anyways, thematically speaking, I honestly think that if the final Dark Jak power could be used against Metal Core, it would just make everything so much more interesting. So, anyways, I got some advice from friends about doing this, and they told me that if you're doing it for your playthrough, you might as well make it more interesting. And plus, it's something that I've always wanted to do since childhood. Don't get me wrong, I've technically been able to do it in hero mode, but I want to do this in the OG, you know? So here we are. We finally get to see the Oracle and get our final Dark Jak power. It's just not indoor friendly. Hey, worthless.
The forces of evil are converging. Only by destroying their leader will we ever know true peace. All will be made clear to you as the ending gives birth to the beginning in the great circle of time. The last dark power is yours.
The ending gives birth to the beginning. And the final Dark Jak power is Dark Jak Giant. Effectively, while you're in Dark Jak mode, if you hit the transformation button again, you Hulk out. And now, you're huge. The only problem is that now I basically don't have my Dark Jak fully powered up. So, I think my solution is I'm gonna basically travel on foot and kill as many metalheads as I can. Hey, what are you shooting at me for? You guys are useless, you're not dropping eco. Man, I am seeing a whole lot of these cruisers basically, like, parked on the ground. That's not common. That guy literally just spawned in. He was not there, I swear.
Take him out! We see him! We need back!
Because there is plenty of Dark Eco lying around thanks to these jokers. Hey, what the hell? Seriously, like, these guys were doing fine a few days, like, literally earlier today. I don't know if I commented on it earlier in the playthrough, because I've basically been playing this game for about a month now. Basically, the one thing that I kind of don't like about the Dark Jak meter is that you can't really tell when it's filled up. Sometimes in the game, the eco is supposed to be flashing, but other times, like right now, it just isn't. Will you guys shoot the metalheads and not me?
Braves in this place. Today is the anniversary of the great battle that brought us in 16 now cold dead.
I just don't get why those Predator guys are only dropping one dollop of Dark Eco. And these Panthers are dropping 3 to 4. But I'm almost refilled, so There we go. Well.
As you all know, I was wounded during our last glorious assault. They have sacrificed everything for the city.
It's time for an assault on the Metalhead nest. Sig said something about firing up Mars' old weapon. If we could somehow get it activated, we could blow a hole right into the Metalhead nest. Well, we've got the precursor stone now. What better power source is there? The thing that I'm wondering is why the heck, if we actually do use this thing, why are we only going to use it once? If anything, we should basically use the entire thing. Use it more than once, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if the precursor stone has unlimited eco energy. Okay, this is something else that you could apparently do with debug mode, and I honestly felt like I had to. Okay, it's clearly not a coincidence. I guess they wanted you to have a means of defending yourself from the metalheads without wasting ammo, because you run out of ammo here in the city. Basically, there are very few places where you can stock up. But then again, there is the shooting gallery at the port. Oh, thought he was a metalhead. But you gotta admit, wearing yellow when I'm basically trained to lock in on these guys' glowing yellow gem things, not a good idea for longevity. Right, let's head on out to the nest.
Arrest him!
We're in the wasteland, and this is where the nest is. It really is a shame that we can't call for some kind of reinforcements, because there's nobody living out here who also wants the metalheads taken care of, right? Ah, great. Metal monkeys. And don't be fooled. I know that I'm basically have the opportunity to get more metalhead skull gems here, but there won't be enough to get me. Holy crap, that's a big guy. There won't be enough to get me to the 100 that I would need until after I beat Core. Trust me, guys, I've been on this jungle cruise ride several times. Tanks. The Baron basically said that he had led an assault on the Metalhead nest before and it ended badly for him. This must be the remnants of what happened. Huh, I didn't even realize that I had to come back here. I thought that I was just exploring. Yeah, even though the twist with Core being the Metalhead leader is literally 20 years old at this point, I'm still basically kind of satisfied with the twist, and I like the fact that I was able to predict it. Like, Core is acting kind of suspicious, and he seems like he's got kind of a latent dark side for an old-timer. And he's literally the first person in Haven City that Jak speaks to. And that basically goes to show that their meeting was not a coincidence. Core was setting him up from the beginning. But then, begs the question of what happened to the kid. What's he done with the kid? Another big guy, huh? See why I call these guys monkeys? We's the monkeys, and people say we monkey around, but we's too busy singing, puts anybody down. It honestly looks like there's remnants of a settlement here. They must have, Haven City must have tried to populate this area at some point, but then the metalheads came in and took over everything. It honestly makes me wonder where in the gun.
There isn't much hope. With the shield wall destroyed, it's just a matter of time before the metalheads overwhelm us. You should just go through the rift back to your own time, Jak, and get away from this horrible place.
I see your point. Come on, Jak.
This place is worth fighting for.
We'll hold out as long as we can. Farewell.
Precursor stone, gun, nest.
This is like the only part of the game where Jak talks like an actual teenager. As in, this is the kind of stuff that you would expect Jak, even an edgy teenage Jak, to say.
Light her up, Padre!
Eat this. And trailer fodder.
That ought to wake him up.
Let's go take care of business.
What? You mean go in there? I'm right behind you.
Right. So we just used Mar's old gun, and we blasted open the nest. And, like I said, there's really no reason why we can't just use the gun again and blast and keep blasting it. Holy crap, that is a long way to go. Because Core is all the way at the end there. Errol was confident that he could lead the Baron's forces in an attempt to take the nest. Unfortunately, Errol got a little too full of himself and he popped. I keep forgetting to do this. Yep, precursor orbs. Whoever this Mar guy is, he was fighting the metalheads for a long-ass time, considering that this gun has been here. Hard to believe that it still works. But then again, the precursor technology mostly still works. That's as big as they come. Like, believe me, it seems like I'm collecting a lot now, but yeah, I won't have enough. I would have to get like the last 10 by battling Metal Core, and then I would have to stop. Because I've tried. I've literally stopped the mission and tried to go back and get it from the Oracle, but I never have the 100 that I need before fighting him. So, oh well. Whoa! Now that is a wasteland metalhead. only thing disappointing is that big guys like him, they're really just hall monitors. You're not supposed to kill them, and they're not necessarily hostile to you. They're just basically there to try to prevent you from moving past them, but they're not going to outright attack you. They're not, like, directly hostile. So, at some point, I gotta break out the Dark Jak Giant and have some fun. Told myself I wasn't gonna go out of my way for these precursor orbs, but there's another big one up ahead. Giant friggin' metal yak something. And got 3 of these giant blaster beetles. I really wish that you could shoot in the first person. I love it. Delayed reactions to their deaths. That's how I want to die. I want to still be conscious for a few seconds after I am technically dead. I want to basically get to the point where I can feel it. Huh, it's weird. It doesn't even hurt. There it is. Wait, technically that happened in the Ratchet and Clank video. Okay, subtle, retraction, take it back. Dark Eco. Seriously. It's almost like Core made the deal with the Baron just to specifically put the Baron in a bad situation. Because seriously, why basically trade with the Baron if you've literally got pools of this stuff just lying around? I mean, technically I can jetboard over the Dark Eco and basically get past this guy. That beetle was right up in his ass. No! Seriously? All the way back here. Really? Well... honestly, I think I'll get enough Dark Eco. I really think that Dark Jak does not last long enough. This is how we do it in the wasteland. Get the fuck up there! That's good. Kill yourselves. Saves my ammunition. I guess it's a good thing that this first incursion into the Metalhead nest went so tits up, because the Baron and his forces left a lot of shit behind. That's the only thing that I kind of don't like about the Vulcan Fury. It's funny that the enemies don't even realize that they're dead until you stop shooting them, but the problem is, you don't realize that they're dead until you stop shooting them. As in, you could basically keep spending ammunition, pouring into these guys, and they'd already be dead. I'm literally counting my shots, because the last thing that I want to do is to get all the way to metal core and not have enough blaster, because this blaster is going to be my bread and butter in that fight. The Vulcan Fury is like a desperate second. That's what I call doing the Mario. Never seen one of those guys buff before. I like the fact that this guy's glowing purple thanks to the dark eco. That's a good look for him. Very menacing. How far in are we? It's actually pretty damn far. Farther than I thought we were. I really wish that you could collect Dark Eco to heal you. Seriously, like, once you have the Dark Jak meter filled up, there's no point to it anymore. there's the nest. Well, it's like Jak said, let's go take care of business. Surely they gotta give us a checkpoint now. I doubt even these elvish cloaks will hide us in there. Honestly, I really think that Jak should have just climbed up all that debris and saved himself the trouble. Wait a minute. 1, 2... 7. Where'd that monkey go? He's baiting me. He's trying to lure me in. There he is. Are you friggin' kidding me? Unbelievable. I did it. I would have had the 100. I hate my life. I really do. Anyway, there's Core. Let's finish this. I just cannot believe it. I would have had enough to get the final Dark Jak power. But I've done this game so many times in the past. I've never been able to... Gotta do the slow dramatic walk, Morty. It's a bit hard, given the joystick.
Finally, you've decided to join us, and you brought the Precursor Stone. Good. The boy will now play his final part.
Not this time.
Oh, but this child is such a part of this. Such a part of you. Don't you recognize him? The boy is you, Jak. And this place, this is where you began, in the future.
But how?
You were hidden in the past on the hope that you would gain the skills to face me today. But Onin was wrong. Now that you've been altered with Dark Eco, the stone will never open for you. Your younger self, however, still has the pure gift. He alone can awaken the stone and the precursor entity which sleeps inside.
This stone is a precursor?
The last precursor egg. Ma was clever. He covered his tracks well through time, hiding his last egg from me and building the shield and city to defend it. It has been a long siege, but today I will finally feed on the last precursor life force.
I think you're forgetting one little thing, Metalomaniac. We've got the Precursor Stone.
Not for long.
Yeah.
Die!
So that was a lot to unpack there. The kid all this time was actually Jak. And this future is where Jak came from. And that also explains the younger Samos. They both came from this future timeline, and they went back to the past in the hopes of training Jak for this very moment, so that they could return to the future and beat Core. But Praxis got a hold of Jak first, and that threw a wrench in the plans. But then, well, Jak has his dark powers. We'll see how this goes, won't we? The only problem is that even though we get this awesome cutscene of Jak using his Dark Jak powers to break out of the rubble, watch what happens. He immediately reverts back to normal, but I still have the Dark Jak meter. It honestly kind of makes me wish that I at least did the Metalhead Nest in the last video just to see if I basically would have had enough. Oh well, I was basically planning to play around with the debug menu for a while anyway, and now that I know that it's possible, there's nothing stopping me from coming back and replaying the game again in the future. Great, metalheads fly now. Alright, Core. Dark Eco. The Oracle said that I'm the one thing that the Metalhead leader fears. Glad that you came down to fight me one-on-one, Core. Let's see how you deal with it and... Had to ruin my line of dialogue. Well, the worst news is that I don't have the Peacemaker ammo. Wow. That blast from his dark eco wave hit those weapon boxes, and it brought the ammo towards me. You know, kind of like when you run over them with a jet board. Ring around the rosy. Man, even though this boss fight is a bit difficult, it's taken me right back to my childhood, or more like my teenagehood. I mean, being a teenager counts as part of childhood, am I right? Okay, let's try this again. Well, Core, it was good of you to come down to fight me one-on-one. Let's see how you handle an opponent that's invincible. Someone who can beat you at your own scale, huh? Yeah. Dark Jak Giant. Self-destructed. He tried to destroy the Rift Ring. He doesn't want us to escape, because he knows that if we do, all this starts over again. Hope you guys don't hear the sirens outside.
Oh man, a precursor.
Yes, a precursor. That's totally what the precursors look like.
It is finished. Our ancient enemy is no more. Take hope, Brave One. The terrible darkness inside you is now balanced by a glorious light. We will meet again.
We haven't much time. I've sent the coordinates back to our village. Let's go home, everyone.
But we are home.
Kira, I'm afraid your Rift Rider must be used to send young Jak here to a place where he will grow up, safe from harm. He must become old enough to complete the destiny he has fulfilled today. Wait a minute. It's you. I mean, it's me. I have to take him back and watch over him, don't I? Ah, grubroots. Talk about being in the wrong time at the right place.
Hey kid, you take care. Oh, and trust me on this. Stay away from any Wumpy nest on your 9th birthday, okay?
I sure hope I built this replica right. I don't know if it...
It's perfect, Kira. This is the very machine we found, or will find later.
What? I just built this. After seeing the first one, I mean. It's based on what I remember from before.
Honey, the more you think about it, the more it hurts the head.
I'll take good care of the child. And don't worry. I'll be back in time for the celebration. Farewell.
Thanks, Amos. Without you...
It's funny. The boy won't remember any of this.
No. I do remember the light.
Your transport is ready, milady.
Thank you, Captain Bruder. Come on. We'll be late for the party at Daxter's new place.
I've got so much work to do. Besides, it's not my thing.
Ten Hut! As the new governor of this city, I ordered the commander of the New Crimson Guard to escort me to an official function. Is that understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
You can start rebuilding the city tomorrow. Tonight, we get to celebrate with our new friends. Besides, tough guy, I'm dying to see you dance.
Not likely.
Welcome to the Naughty Otzel, the hippest, happiest joint in town.
Check out the new decor.
Ooh, what a big trophy.
As if size matters. I bagged that bad boy myself, baby.
Onan says she doesn't know who has a bigger head, him or you.
We must not forget Vin and all the others who sacrificed their lives to defeat this evil and protect the child.
I still can't believe that little boy was me. Better times, huh?
You miss him, huh? You know, the kid grows up to be a handsome hero.
Hey, that's enough for you, lady. I'm cutting you off.
Trust me, she gets real mean when she's like this.
What'd she say?
Something about rubber tubing and certain parts of your mother. You don't want to know.
Ah! A metalhead!
Sig!
Sig! I knew that.
You're okay.
You cherries didn't think some nasty-breathed, giant-sized lizard was gonna keep me from the biggest party in town, did you?
I knew you were too tough for him, big guy.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the fact that Sig survived, but I really think that he looks way too unscathed. His armor should be broken in several pieces, maybe he should be bleeding, maybe he should be bandaged up. Yeah, I know, this game is rated T for teen, maybe they couldn't show that kind of stuff, but still, that's the new sign outside the naughty Otzel.
You saved the city and more, my boy. Metalcore and his menace are history, and somewhere out there, an ancient race has begun again.
Yeah, the precursor went through the Rift Ring. Yeah, now that Core is dead, I'm certain the metalheads will never bother anyone again.
I'm just glad to be back home.
Yeah, well, rest up. We've got a lot to do, and so much time to do it in.
Don't say time. The Rift Ring was destroyed, remember?
The Oracle said the end gives birth to the beginning. And the cycle of time continues.
You know, my mama used to read bedtime stories about Ma when she tucked me in. Give me a nice glass of warm yak cow milk, my little poopsie bear.
Bedtime stories? Warm milk? Poopsie bear? Buddy, you just blew your image.
I've got a feeling we'll meet Mars someday. He may be closer than you think.
You're the designated driver.
Oh, no. I am done with adventures. Besides, you'll tell us before something happens next time, right, Samos? Right, Samos?
You never know what the future may hold.
Wait. You know something, don't you, Feather Breath?
Who, me? No, we're just guessing, right, Samos? Hey, tomorrow, only time will tell.
No, you're gonna tell right now!
Why, you little...
Dirty fighting! Dirty
That's
fighting!
not my beak!
Oh,
That's not my beak!
Watch your back!
Fur and feathers fly.
Jack, my boy, a future awaits.
And so, that was Jak II, in memory of Morgan. Apparently that was a developer at Naughty Dog. Morgan was the name of his dog, and so Morgan was the Naughty Dog, I guess you could say. Nah, Morgan was a good boy, girl, can Morgan? I don't know. Anyway, the thing about it is the dog died during development, and they decided to immortalize it in this game and the next, so... But anyways, that was Jak II. Man, it is still a fun game, and I think that it holds up even after 20 years. The things that basically, like, I either loved or didn't love about it are still the same even after all this time. Basically, like, it's a tough game, don't get me wrong. Even with all those video game reviewers on YouTube saying, oh, you're playing the game wrong. Well, sometimes you gotta basically take desperate measures. And basically, well, whatever. So, basically, like, I basically gotta confess. When it came to the Jak and Daxter franchise, I was intrigued purely for the characters alone. And then basically, like, when it came to the first game, I got interested in the story of the game. With the backstory of the precursors, the mystery surrounding them, and the power source known as Eco. All that stuff was really good and it drew you in, but I think that what you ultimately stayed for were the characters. And so I basically gotta confess that when it came to Jak and Daxter, the precursor legacy, I didn't actually play it all that much when I was a kid growing up because I found the game actually more interesting to actually watch being played than it than it was to actually play it, because when you get down to it, the original Jak and Daxter precursor, the collectathoning can be entertaining if you're in the mood for it, but having to basically go through like the entire game just collecting stuff just to give to other people so that you can collect more stuff, it really wasn't all that fun. But interacting with the other characters definitely was fun. They definitely had like great writers, and all the cast of characters were colorful, they were funny, they were personable. It just made Jak and Daxter was a series that was begging for a cartoon spin-off. Jak II, however, because younger kids wanted to emulate what older kids were playing, and older kids were playing a Grand Theft Auto, they basically pretended that they were too good for cartoony platforms like Precursor Legacy, and they wanted to play something darker and serious. So Naughty Dog basically completely revitalized Jak and Daxter with Jak II in kind of a soft reboot, and I gotta admit, I wanted to play it purely out of curiosity, because like I mentioned at the start of this playthrough, watching the trailers for Jak II, it's like, wait, no, that can't be the same series. I mean, it's got Jak, he looks completely different, but it's got Daxter, he looks exactly the same. Why'd they drop Daxter from the title? Why are they suddenly in this futuristic dystopia? Is that a gun? Seriously, what the heck? I had to see how they changed it up, and I don't think that I got around to playing this until like maybe 6 months after it was released, but darn it, I really think that Jak II is the superior game to Jak I, because this is the game that truly established Jak and Daxter's identity. The Precursor Legacy tried to, but unfortunately the Precursor Legacy didn't stand out enough. I think that it's unique for what it is compared to other platformers, but it didn't carve out enough of its own identity. Jak II, however, completely revitalizing the franchise and took the series in such a unique direction that there was basically nothing else like it at the time. People say that it's a Grand Theft Auto ripoff. I disagree, because when you get down to it, there's not many stories out there that can actually mix a futuristic dystopia living under a tyrannical dictatorship with magic, mysticism, and basically kind of like a power source the way that this game does. I mean, when you get down to it, this is basically the first time that it's actually been done since Star Wars. So, this city is dark, it's gringy, everything is tougher and meaner, the enemies hit harder, and you're up against things that are a genuine threat. The lurkers, they were just indentured servants that were kind of browbeaten to serve Gaul and Maya, but the metalheads, they are a collective hive mind. They serve the will of the metalhead leader, and they will stop at nothing until they accomplish their goals. So, they definitely made for interesting opponents, I should say. Anyway, this game I feel has aged so well. It is so much fun to play. The guns, the jet board, even though I had my problems with it, even Dark Jak, they're all so much fun, so fun to use. My main issue is that it honestly doesn't feel like they do enough with them. I feel like the guns could have basically had a little bit more variety, and maybe the guns didn't have to take over the gameplay as much as they did, because once you basically start getting into certain combat scenarios, physical combat is almost completely foregone in favor of gunplay. Sure, you can spice up your attacks with basically some physical attacks thrown in there, but when you get down to it, that beat requires you to get so close that it's actually quite dangerous. So, you're better off shooting your enemies from afar. But like the first game, the characters of this game, they're so memorable. And because they're so memorable, you can't help but like them. I mean, Crew might be a disgusting blob, but he's one of the most entertaining characters I've ever seen in a game. You like to loathe this guy. He is literally so despicable, and he wears his sin on his sleeve so much that you can't help but laugh at it. So, anyways, and in regards to how I feel about Dark Jak, I feel like I kind of know what the game was going for. In certain scenarios, Dark Jak is better used than others. I would basically say that going through levels where your primary opponents are metalheads are a more prime and are more optimized location to use your Dark Jak powers instead of areas where you're going up against the Crimson Guard. Why? Because the Crimson Guard drop ammo drops, whereas the metalheads drop Dark Eco. Meaning that if you basically need more Dark Eco to power up your Dark Jak powers, you can then basically keep on killing metalheads in order to get more Dark Eco to fill up your Dark Jak meter. The problem is, the Dark Jak meter is so goddamn long that it's just not worth the hassle of actually using Dark Jak. For a meter that's so damn long and so tedious to fill up, even when you're surrounded by metalheads dropping Dark Eco left and right, it's so friggin' frustrating to finally break out your Dark Jak powers only to have them go away in just a few seconds. So, there's the Naughty Otzel sign, but that's weird. I remember it glowing like a neon light bulb. And everything in the city is back to normal, except for some reason Baron Praxis thinks he's still alive. There's really nothing else to do in the city except going around and doing all of these precursor orb missions that I can basically do. And considering that I basically picked them up throughout the game as they popped up, there's only a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left to do in the entire game, and one of them basically constantly reloads itself. Anyway, let's check out the secrets. Here are the secrets that I basically wanted to unlock. Effectively with basically like once you get 125 precursor orbs and you beat the game, you unlock the level select. You basically unlock the limited ammo and unlimited Dark Jak and invulnerability. So, yeah, but like I said, because Dark Jak doesn't last long enough, he doesn't come off as nearly as useful as you'd think, because you'd think that basically he's something that you break out for a dire situation, and that's basically like what you would do to get out of it. The thing about it is that if you're in a kind of dire situation, you'll basically like be better off trying to get yourself out of it than trying to take a risk by breaking out Dark Jak. So, and I think I need to apologize to the Dark Jak bomb, because apparently it has a longer range. Wait, the Dark Jak blast. Apparently it has a longer range than the Dark Jak bomb. Holy crap, that Hellcat is still in the air. I guess he wised up. You see how long that actually lasted? For some reason, I find this so amusing. The idea that you're a giant, you're just crawling through the city at a fast pace. But like I said, it's faster than the Zoomers.
Care to try for the course record?
You know what, considering that I've got unlimited ammo, Maybe I actually might go for it. Oh, I already did this one.
Care to try for the course record?
Something that I actually do like about the unlimited ammo cheat is that when you actually do run out of ammo, the clip that's in the gun literally falls off, but you keep on shooting anyway. See? I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter if I mow down innocents in this, because as long as I'm basically holding down the trigger, there's no way I can miss anything. That is, if I actually see it. This is the point where I would always run out of ammo, and it would be a problem. Yep, I've got it.
Congratulations. You achieved the gold record. Care to try for the course record?
Let's see, how much does blaster require? Oh, got this one too. I guess there's only one left to do.
Care to try for
Good old-fashioned peacemaker. Destroy everything. Uh-oh, controller's acting up. Yep, I beat it. incredibly generous with the
Congratulations. You achieved
civilian
the goal.
decoys.
Care to try for the course?
No thanks, baby. Well, that's basically everything that I can do in Jak II, because ultimately, like I said, there's no real point in doing any of the remaining precursor orb missions, because I wasn't going to be able to unlock them before I beat the campaign anyway. And sure, they are fun, but ultimately doesn't matter all that much. There's still lots of other mini games around that I could do just to fill up time, and believe me, I basically spent a lot of time in post-game Jak II back when I was a kid. But I don't have time to do that anymore. Basically, when you're an adult, you gotta treat video games like a business. Yep. I wish that we could see the trophy of Metal Core, but instead we got that shot of Daxter with a gun. Yeah. He's definitely done a lot better with the decor, so... But anyways, this was my playthrough of Jak II, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you want to keep up to date with more content coming at me in the future, then be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. Now, basically with the whole thing, I've basically been talking about how much I like Jak II throughout this playthrough. It was the game that fully cemented that I loved the Jak and Daxter franchise. Basically, it actually kind of inspired me to go back and give Precursor Legacy a better chance, just to see the dichotomy of how drastically this world had changed. So, however, I can't 100% say that Jak II is my favorite of the Jak and Daxter games, because, well, it's pretty much like I said. I feel like a perfect sequel is one that takes what the original did best and adds on to it. Jak has his same moveset from the last game, and they definitely add some new things for him to do, new weapons, new combat styles. The problem is that they actually took away a lot. They took away the variety of his eco powers, and they basically only gave him Dark Jak to use. And while Dark Jak is impressive, it's not all that useful. So, I guess an improvement on this game would require more guns and more ammo variety type and more usefulness of Dark Jak and more eco powers in general. I wonder where we could get something like that. But you guys will have to wait to find out next year in November of 2024. I have an entire year to prepare for that, so hopefully, I can basically track down some games that I can play in the interim. I am a bit bummed out that the Ratchet and Clank playthrough basically died in the water because I couldn't basically load it, but that was just the first Ratchet and Clank game. There's nothing that's stopping me from trying the sequels. I'll talk to you guys later.